Here's what happened this week at City Council.
So work session item number 2 is a budget update to the City Council. And again, this is following our integrated budget process. So every council meeting we do an update on a various budget topic in order to keep not only the council but the community updated and informed as to what's going on with the development of the budget. So this budget update provided a little bit of insight into a couple of the key factors when we're developing the budget, but also looking at our growth in the number of exemptions and the form of tax relief that's provided to our seniors and disabled and our veterans within the community. And then we also looked at some of the cost drivers, talked about the investment in public safety and quality of life. And we also talked a little bit about the fixed costs that we have within our city budget.
Our presentation was our department's version of the Stories of Transformation, which all departments will be doing in front of council over the next few months. And in our department, what we did was we focused on 3 particular areas, and we had the actual staff get up and explain how they led the process of transformation. It's important that the employees that actually led a process or a service or a work task through a transformation be the ones to explain it, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that made it happen. The benefit for the public is by us working smarter, we're able to be more effective and we're able to be more efficient. So we're trying to find ways to get things done before we have to come back asking for money.
What we presented to council, the progress that we've made since 2015 at the Capital Improvement Department, detailing how we've continuously improved our processes, our procedures, really dedicated a lot of time and resources for our staff and our workforce development to really achieve the results that we've seen over the past 2.5 years, where we contracted over $400 million worth of work. When we look at the results that we've had, dating back to the progress that we made on the 2012 Quality of Life program, where we're up to 112 completed projects. We were at 6, I believe, back in 2015. On the reconstruction side, we hadn't completed any single project. Now we're up to 27, and we have 38 under construction that will be completed by the end of 22. We've supported over 26,000 jobs over the past 5 years that are related to the capital program.
Today's presentation was a 5-year transformation report for the Department of Community and Human Development. It also touched on the status of the resilience strategy that was launched 2 years ago and initiated 5 years ago. And so really sharing with council and the public all that we've accomplished in the last 5 years. It really means a lot for the community in terms of community development, deploying social services like housing, financial empowerment, education, community engagement, activating neighborhood associations. And so really looking at how we're able to affect everybody's daily life in a way that they may not have known before.
Goal 1 has to do with economic development and creating an environment that's conducive to economic development that is sustainable in the long run. And then Goal 3 deals with promoting the visual image of the city of El Paso. I think it's important for the community to see in terms of the strategic plan in action and what the results are of that. And so this is what I did today, is providing everything in terms of the departments within goals 1 and 3, the goals set forth in the strategic plan, and how it is that we're working to achieve them and how we're being very successful.
We provided a detailed update to council on all our active programs, where we have street infrastructure money, starting with the 2012 street CIP, give them an update on the reconstruction of the work that we have. We also give them an update on the resurfacing. The City Council recently approved the $7 million dedicated funding source for residential. We've completed fiscal year 19 and in the progress of executing fiscal year 20. So streets continues to be a priority for our community. They continuously rank in the top 3. So this gives the council and the community a good snapshot of what we got in terms of investment into our community need.
So item 6 was an update on the decennial census. April 1st is Census Day. Citizens can start filling out the census online on March 12th. but we're going to have a big event on the 1st nationwide, as well as a follow-up Family Census Day event on April 4th. Being counted in the census is having a voice at the state and national stage. This is about funding for our projects, our streets, our schools, our rec centers, our parks. It's about being able to have representation at the state and national level. If El Pasoans aren't counted, we lose that funding. We could potentially lose a seat at the state level, and that's not something we can afford to do as a community.
Today, Council approved a contract amendment for SMG to allow them to be able to sell non-food concessions at the upcoming water parks, which will be opening up on Memorial Day weekend. I think what this means for the community is we are one step closer to delivering on the promise of 4 incredible water parks that will be located throughout the community. We are excited that this is going to be an experience that most people have not really ever had or even expected from municipal government. There will actually be items that are specific to each water park with that branding that'll go ahead and enhance the overall experience when families visit.
Council passed a resolution to amend the rules of order with a slight amendment to just make sure that the lobbyists are complying with the city code requirements. The rules of order changes that we passed, or that they passed today, benefit the public because it ensures open government. So we're just clarifying in our rules of order that we are complying with those legislative changes. This means that anytime there is an item posted on the agenda, a community member may speak to the council regarding their positions on such item.
The council approved the amendment to the budget policies to create a stabilization fund and to originally set up $2.7 million from 2019 savings. It means that we're going to minimize future tax rate impacts as well as any cutting of services and raising charges of fees to the community to continue to provide the same level of service.